Hello and welcome everybody. Another edition of the UNCW Court Report alongside Amy Bambanek. I'm Mike Vaccaro as we're talking about the volleyball team here at UNCW. Coach, the Northern swing for you guys and didn't go the way you planned it. But let's start talking about the Friday match against Northeastern. This was one where you win the first set, very close throughout. It kind of could have gone either way. But what's your takeaway with that match with the Huskies?
I think that was a great match to kick off the CAA season, and I think it proved to our players that every point is very important in our conference. And I thought that we certainly had our chances against Northeastern to be able to take, at least the second, third, or fourth set to kind of take them to 5 if we could. But overall, I think that offensively and defensively, we were pretty steady in that match, and I felt that we had a lot of composure, we had a lot of confidence in that match against Northeastern. And obviously, we wanted to have a better road mentality than our 0-2 record showed. That's something we talked about all week, and the mindset that we need to have on the road. And I think we showcased bits and pieces of the way we wanted to play on the road, but we've got to be able to package together a full weekend where we can just be a little bit more mentally focused from start to finish.
As you were telling me off air that it's been a tough place to play for conference teams at Northeastern. Is there something that you saw when you went up there that makes that such a tough environment?
I think Northeastern just has some extra fight to protect their home court, and I think that's a great goal that their program has, to try to go undefeated in conference play on their home court. And they were feisty, and again, we had our chances. We had set point a couple times and weren't able to put it away for one reason or another. But overall, I think it was a good opening back and forth battle to open up conference play.
So from there, you go on to Hofstra and go from Boston to New York, and tough one against the Pride. What was it in that match?
I just don't think that we were mentally checked in until too late. I think that our team warmed up well and they were physically ready to go, but mentally, we've been talking about the difference between physically checked in and mentally checked in, and we just didn't have the latter part of that in the first and second set. And Hofstra, they played lights out. They had 0 hitting errors against us, and we have to make sure that we're not relying on opponent error to score our points. We have to be more diligent in creating more kills for ourselves, more blocks, more aces, and putting us in a better situation to score or slow down or stop our opponent. But overall, I think it's a learning lesson as far as those first 2 sets goes. I was really happy with the response and coming back in the third set to win that third set. And in the fourth set, again, we had our chances. I think we were up by a few points in that fourth set. They just went on a service run. They had a really tough jump server, and we weren't able to side out and score when she was back there serving. So just being a little bit more consistent in what we do. I think we hit 300 in both the third and fourth set against Hofstra, which is a very high hitting percentage. But defensively, we let them hit an even higher percentage. And so that means that we need to make some more defensive stops, whether that's with tougher serving to make things easier for our block and our defense, or making sure that we're disciplined with our blocking footwork and our hands, and being all out aggressive and relentless on our floor defense. So defensively, those are some things that we're going to be taking a look at on film to make sure that we're going all out in those areas.
Madison Peters, one of the highlights of the weekend, 21 kills for the weekend. What'd you see from her? What'd you like from her performance?
I actually think against both Northeastern and Hofstra, in the first sets, she started off a little slow. And I was happy that as the game progressed, she was able to come out a little bit stronger in each set, and she was demanding the ball from our setters, which is what I like from our hitters. I want hitters that are confident and calling for the ball, and that are asking their setters to set me. That tells me that those hitters are confident and that they want to take on that responsibility for the team to be able to earn the kill for the team. So we just need more players to be able to take on that responsibility. And at the same time, we're going to have a tough time in conference if we only have one player getting double-digit kills. We need 3 and 4 players in each match to be able to earn double-digit kills for us, and that's going to be a goal, something we work on this week.
Well, and this week it is going to be one match at home, one on the road. It will start against the preseason favorite Charleston. Wednesday night, 7 o'clock, you're back in Hanover Hall as well. What can you tell us about Charleston and what it's going to take to down the Cougars here, which, again, Charleston has become a very nice rival, really department-wise, it seems, but certainly for you guys as well.
They're a very scrappy defensive team, and they have a lot of offensive weapons, so we really have to play a super clean game offensively and defensively. It's nice that we get them first on our home court. We'll be back at Hanover Hall, which is great. It's usually a fun environment in there whenever we play Charleston, and I have no doubt that it's going to be a heated battle across the net. So hopefully with a little bit more adrenaline and a little bit more home court advantage, our girls will be in that right mental state to hopefully earn our first CAA win.
And then it's on the road again, James Madison, 7 o'clock. That'll be Friday night. And again, it's a tough stretch for your ladies, just the opponents that you're taking on here. James Madison, what can you tell us about them?
I think that even though they graduated a very strong player in Janie Goodman, I think they've figured out a way to balance out their offense amongst multiple players, not having just one person to be able to rely on like they did last year. Defensively, they've got a senior libero that is really running the show in serve, receive, and defense, and I think she's kind of the glue that keeps them fighting and playing very passionate volleyball. And they've got a very successful record in the preseason, so there's really no one in our conference that we can overlook whatsoever for us to try to achieve our goals this year.
So again, it is Wednesday night at home, back in Hanover Hall. UNCW College of Charleston do come out there. Again, it should be exciting, a big rival for the department-wise, but certainly for volleyball as well. Coach, best of luck this week.
Thank you.
For Amy Bambanek, I'm Mike Vaccaro. Thanks for joining us. Another edition here of the UNCW Court Report on the Seahawk Digital Network.